Hey,
What's up, guys and gals out there?
what's going on?
Tuesday.
It is.
It is. It is a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's been one of those Tuesdays.
So just now, check the. I'm having a laugh about this. Just now, while the introduction was playing, there was a specific comment that I was going to leave on here, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But while I went to go hop on my phone and leave a comment, I get this text message from Rachel. She was upset a moment ago. I was talking to her before we all started everything, and she was at the gas pump, and somebody pulled in front of her, and they took the pump in front of her while she was talking to me. She was really irate about it, was cussing at him and stuff. So I was like, it's fine, do your thing. You know, she had to go, whatever, da-da-da. So I get this text. I sent her back. I was like, it's all right. It's all good. Like, I got your back. You need to talk, whatever. I got you. It's all good. So she sent me a text message during the introduction while this was just playing a moment ago. And she says, this guy next to her at the pump came over and told her just how crappy this was. He felt for her, and he really wanted to let her know that it was a really cuss word move and that he saw it. And he said that some people are just a-holes, and he wanted to make sure someone knew, and it goes on and on and on. So I have a few words for this gentleman. She is married. Back off. I am the one doing the consoling, sir. You can move along to the other guy.
There you go. Move along. Oh man. So who's here? We got Ben's in the house, Nick's in the house, Dark Soldier's in the house, Panelist is in the house. Let's see, Scully Nation's in the house. Of course, the three of us up here are in the house. So we're starting off pretty good. So how was everybody's weekend? People in the chat start formulating, explain how you've been since last Tuesday, what you've been up to, and we'll see what the folks up here are up to.
So we got Nicholas Pool Yacht Outdoors. What's going on? And Cameron Mitchell is asking you mad still.
I am.
Hey, Cameron. All right, Grant. So what do you have going on other than fishing, because you didn't do anything, since last Tuesday?
I did go buy a fishing license. I
Okay.
did get the fishing license. So,
Baby steps.
Baby steps. I've worked in the yard. I got my little first sunburn of the year. Shoulders are a little red.
Feels good, doesn't it? Get that old winter skin off.
That layer.
What's up, Rattle Trap Fishing? Good to see you.
Perhaps in the house.
We got a ton of yard work done. I mean, a ton. We got it's 10 by 24.
Really?
10 by 24 extra on the side of our house, fence put up. We set the post one day and some quickcrete, and then got the panels put up, gate put up the next day. We tilled the entire backyard, which is not huge, but it was a pretty good job. Got some dirt moved, added in a few more raised beds. So grass seed put down. So video coming soon. If you don't think it's awesome, hit the thumbs down and unsubscribe, because
I love it.
A lot of hard work.
I was going to say, too much work to get any hate for it, so they better all be nice.
I agree.
Let's see what Nick got going on. He got a new rod for his son, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
His license this week, new line. Hitting up Bass Pro this weekend. Probably fish Saturday. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That is good to hear. Stanley, what do you have going on since last Tuesday?
Man, it was family was sick. I went and did some construction with Rich, which felt really, really good. It was nice to get out and do that kind of stuff. I'm going to be going back and doing some more stuff with him. He landed some stuff with it, so I'm excited about that. But other than that, weather was poor, family was sick. It was just not, it was just one of those. The Easter just didn't turn out to be something that we were able to do too much with. It was unfortunate. Looking forward to making amends in the next 2 weeks here. And hey, Rachel, everybody in the chat, if you're not seeing that already, they're all saying hi. Also, you probably need to see the very beginning of this whole thing. And if you're at the gas pump, you can go ahead and turn the volume up on your phone.
Good morning from Outdoors Fishing Dream.
What's up, man?
See you here. Dark Soldier says he's going fishing Friday with his dad. Wild Japan got a new, what is that, micro fishing rod to replace one I gave to a friend. That's always nice. Started a batch of dandelion wine. All right.
That's something that he Wild Japan is showing this off in the Discord server, and I neglect the section where he's posting this, but he does keep everybody up to date with this whole wine thing that he's doing. It's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Oh, real quick too, can you bring up that live slideshow shot real quick? I want to bring this up.
Bring up which one?
The live slideshow screen. Stream slides and live slideshow. The live slideshow is the one I want to pull up real quick, if you don't mind. All
it shows me is slides. Is it this one?
Oh, that's fine, but it's the other one is the one I was looking for. This is Dark Soldier. Like, I love this. I just think this is so meta. I'm stoked about this. So he was so excited about it. He went ahead and like posted a picture of him watching the stream, like waiting for it. I just wanted to bring that up. I thought that was awesome.
That's cool. That's cool.
Cheers to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Cheers to you.
Yeah, Dark Soldier, you're right. Wild Japan has an amazing channel, but I'll be the first one to say that he needs to go ahead and like triple down on the amount of content that he puts on it.
Right.
Yeah, that was one thing about all the yard work. I didn't watch much YouTube this weekend, so I need to get caught up. I wasn't on Discord either.
Yeah,
kind of in the same boat on that one.
Well, I didn't do. What did I do this weekend?
Put the cup holders in.
Huh?
Put the cup holders in.
Yeah. That was a. So when you're working on boats and stuff like that, you got the stuff you got to do, the repairs and that kind of stuff. And then you got the cool stuff you get to do, adding new electronics or whatever. So I started the weekend finishing up the port side trim tab. Got everything cleaned up, moisture out, remounted that one. Got the starboard to work on still. I'm almost done with it. And then I was sitting there, I'm like, well, I'm not going to start the starboard because that was a lot of work and I just don't feel like doing that right now. What could I do that's fun? So I did, and was it a short or was it a TikTok that I did that? I think it was a shorts video. But everywhere you sit on that boat, there's a cup holder available except for the two seats immediately behind the helm, right? And there's no cup holders there. And so just like the rod holders in the gunnel, right, through the top of the gunnel, I bought a couple cup holders that mount through the gunnel, and I just cut those big ass holes and mounted cup holders. So no matter where you sit on the boat, there's no excuse for spilling your drink on the floor for a fish because you got a drink holder. Just use your drink holders. So, yeah, that was a fun one to do. Actually, I didn't even include any of that, but it busted me up and my drill up. So you got I think it's a 2 1/8 inch hole saw, right? So I got my heavy drill with the handle on the side, and as you're getting through, it's not a level on the bottom, right? It's not flat, it kind of angles. But part of the saw catches through before the other, and it'll grab, and try to yank the saw or drill out of your hand. And so it did that a couple times. And then one time I was going at it, yanked it, spun around, put a big gash in my hand, tore up my finger. Drill went flying off the boat, landed on the ground, probably was at 8 feet or so below. And I was like, well, shoot, there goes my big drill. Went down there, that thing still fired. It broke the handle on it. So I got to replace the handle. That thing still fires up. So that old DeWalt was good to go. But those are I get battle scars anytime I work on anything. If I'm working on a car or anything, I've worked on something. When I come in, I got cuts all over my hands.
I'm real similar to that. I tried for the longest time. Like I thought that I was gonna. It's like playing guitar. You get calluses. So I thought for the longest time, like if I'm just tying my own leaders and I'm tying all this stuff on, the amount of fish I'm gonna do, I'm gonna gain calluses and I'll be fine. 5 years in, that never happened. So you're gonna actually see me in videos coming up. I went and bought a box of those blue mesh food service Band-Aids. I'm tired of like the
Right in the
fishing line
joint
cutting
there.
me right across
Yep.
here. I'm gonna start wearing those band-aids just so I can tie fishing
Yeah.
line on the boat.
I get that same one.
Henry?
Henry's in the house. What's up, Henry?
Oh man.
Yeah, I get the same cuts right in the side of the finger there.
Yeah, for years now. Like I never grew the calluses, so that's it. I'm phoning it in. I give up. The band-aids are like the food service band-aids are like the best band-aids in the world. Those things are amazing. It's an extra set of skin.
All right, what else we got going on, guys? Oh, did you see the? When I shared this out, I shared out a little thing about Michigan. Are they stocking trout in a river that they have a consumption ban on? And where I got that is and I know Grant, you do too. I get the Michigan DNR newsletter email. And I got the email. I'm going to pull it up real quick just so I don't miss anything here. And it's all happy at first. It's like thousands of large trout stocked in southeastern Michigan's Huron River and Spring Mill Pond. And it's like, oh, that's cool. Thousands of large trout. So it's like there's trout you can go catch and keep. They're already at a size you can catch and keep. And anyone fishing the Huron River, Proud Lake Recreation Area, they talk about how great it is and where it's at. I'm like, that's cool. 3,000 adult trout in one place, 1,200 in another. And
Nice.
Nice, right? And then the next
Yeah, you get to go down there, catch some trout, feed your family.
Right. And then the next story, mention of PFAS concerns. The Huron River is under a do not eat fish consumption advisory for North Wixom Road downstream to where the river crosses I-275 in Wayne County due to elevated PFAS levels in fish. Now, I don't know if the fish were released. I'm thinking, well, the fish probably were released way over here somewhere on the river, and this is downriver from them, this bad place. But when I looked at the map, I couldn't identify those areas. I found North Waxham Road. I couldn't see where it ever crossed Huron River, and I found 275 where it crossed. But all this stuff is kind of in the same Milford area, kind of the same area down there. So I was like, so I don't know, but I thought that was a funny one. That you got, hey, here's all these new trout we released for you guys to go catch and eat. Oh, and don't eat fish out of this river.
Right. Now, what kind of trout is this?
Let's see. There were brown trout. There were rainbow trout. If it says any others.
So these are all species. Now, I'm a saltwater guy.
Right.
I could use some education from anybody in the chat, anybody on panel who's got some information on me, information for me on this. But it is my understanding that brown trout and rainbow trout are two of the best tasting fish on the planet. Where do I fall on right or wrong on this? As far as like the value of how tasty this fish is versus how toxic it is now in this river.
It might taste better now. I don't know.
Really true. Hey, mercury. I'm a big proponent of saying that mercury is like the best seasoning for fish.
Yeah, I don't know. Trout, I know one thing. Trout tastes different than any other fish that I eat. Just like salmon. There's not another fish that swims that tastes like salmon. You know what I mean? Salmon, you love it or you hate it. I'm not a big fan of salmon unless it's smoked. And trout's kind of like that too. If you eat trout, you know you're not eating a walleye, you're not eating a redfish. You know, it has its own flavor. That's my experience.
Yeah, doesn't make sense to me why they would stock a place that you're not supposed to eat fish out of.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Like, hey, here's all these fish, but you probably shouldn't eat them.
Red ear sunfish. So Nick is not a fan. It says red ear sunfish, shellcracker is the best tasting fish. As far as freshwater goes, I mean, I haven't had enough to be able to be a viable like source of information on this. I love walleye. You know, I love panfish. I am totally good with that. But trout, man, I had that like trout. I'm a salmon guy. I love salmon. So I did have trout really high up on that list.
Yeah, you need to try trout. You know, I gave up on. Go ahead, Grant.
We'll say I think red ear tastes pretty close to bluegill.
Yeah, I gave up on trying to pick the best freshwater fish just because, for me, walleye, crappie, yellow perch, and then the panfish like the red ear and bluegill and them. They're all in that like upper tier, and I really haven't been able to pick which one I like the best. Big fan of walleye, and there's catfish too. I like catfish too. If it's not,
I do too. Rachel doesn't like catfish at all, but I do. I eat it. I also like freshwater drum. I'm the wrong person to ask about. You know.
Hey, we already tested that theory. Nobody knew we were eating freshwater drum up in Michigan that day. So
yeah, and I was gonna say I thought everybody liked the catfish in Michigan.
Yeah, we did have catfish too, didn't we? Yeah.
The trick is just a really big bottle of Jack Daniels, and it all tastes like walleye.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hug Attack says a trout is very good. I recently caught a 5-pound rainbow. That's a big rainbow, although not as good as some other fish. I like yellowjack and triggerfish better. Yeah. Well, we're going to add in saltwater. There's a lot. Tuna, blue marlin, there's a lot flounder. There's a lot of saltwater fish.
Could go on about that. Now, I will say Pug Attack. We will be talking about Pug Attack in just a little bit. Pug Attack went absolutely bug nuts wild fishing. They're out of Florida, and the amount, I could not even put the total amount of photos that they posted in the Discord server earlier. Could not even do that. I was able to post one photo of each species that they caught. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that later.
So Pug Attack's in the Delaware area. He's saying he hasn't eaten catfish because they have consumption warnings up there.
20 new species. That's crazy.
Wow. That is good.
Yeah.
Kicking rear and taking names.
Yep.
Janice said we were all intoxicated.
I don't remember any of that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We had a lot of fish to eat. I know that. We ate it.
That was so fun. We were drinking. It was like raining. We were having fun, and then we'd go out on that jetty and fish. And God, that was one of the most memorable fishing trips of my life. Easily.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Caught the bass and then lost it, and the guy next to us caught it, and we were all bucking up to that dude like, hey, that was our bass. It's got our lure in his mouth.
So he's caught these 20 new species just since Saturday night.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
crap.
Had you
What's
never
the
fished
story on
before or what? I got to know more.
From Delaware, took a trip down to Florida and caught everything.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's what happened, right? Did I get that pretty much right?
That's awesome. What's up, David Martin? Nick, pull yacht. Don't work too hard if you're still listening.
Yeah, I think. Hey, Dark Soldier. That's always was one of my. I'm getting a little too old for it now, but that was always, since I was a teenager, one of my dream trips was one of those fly-in trips where they land the boat in the little lake or whatever. You get out with all your stuff. They got a little boat and motor there for you and a cabin, and they get on their plane and leave, and you're on your own for a week or so.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That and Alaska halibut. Would love to go catch some big halibut. Those are two that I don't think I'll ever get to do. That would be on the bucket list.
I don't have halibut on the bucket list. I really feel like I probably should.
With what?
All things considered, halibut is not on my bucket list, and it's one of those that, like, it probably should be. I probably need to add that because I'd love to go to Alaska.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, if I was going to go on a cruise, I think I'd rather go on an Alaskan cruise than
Yeah, that one's mounting my. It's getting a lot higher up on the old list.
I'm the anti-cruise person. Audrey doesn't like that, but
I'm the same way.
I ain't going on no big ass boat with hundreds of people I don't know and float around and all right, we're gonna park here, get off, go do something, get back on the boat, let's go. I'd rather just go to an island somewhere and spend my whole week there.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. I don't want to sit on a boat and see all the things that I can't fish for just so that I can get to an island and you're going to pay top dollar for a taxi so that you can pay top dollar for any food or anything that you do. I'm the same way. I want to get out and explore.
But like Grant said, if I was going to do one, the Alaska one would be one I'd consider.
Yeah. I just want to see Alaska and Africa is real high on my list.
Yeah.
So Outdoors Fishing Dream said, Google soon hawk fish. To me, it looks like a goby. Looks like a big goby. It was pretty neat looking. Pretty.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I've got that area's on my bucket list. I'll add that to the list of things that I want to get. Everything Wild Japan gets, I want every piece of that too.
Right. Yeah, definitely. We got a little bit of Texas news. This is from Texas Parks and Wildlife. First, they're celebrating their 100th year for Texas State Parks. So, congratulations on them. They're doing
I didn't know that.
all kinds of events throughout the month of April at the different state parks that you can check out. Where was that other one? This is crazy. Here's April voters. Okay. OH Ivy. You guys heard that like mentioned on this stream before, right? OH Ivy?
Yeah.
Because of all the big bass they're catching. They've just got their 15th legacy class lunker. Kevin caught a 13.08 pound bass from the Share Lunker program. So just this year so far, 15. So if you want a chance to go catch some big bass, that's probably a good lake to do it. It's about probably about maybe 2.5 hours northwest of us, up past Fredericksburg and all that up there. Menard, up past that, up past Eden. But man, they are bringing 15 this year. I mean, they're killing it.
What are the odds that any of those are the same fish being caught twice?
I think that I don't know. I thought maybe they tag them so they know, but I don't know if they do or not.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. It's not like there's two that got caught, 7 times a piece.
And there's only been 18 caught in the whole state. 15 of those caught in that one lake. And I went and did a little bit of research. The complaint about choke cane and all our lakes being low because of the drought. That lake is almost 25 foot down. And I don't know if, less water, gets the fish closer together, easier to, I don't know what it is, but yeah.
It would be neat to know. Would be neat to know how many different 13 pounders there are.
Right.
15.
Exactly.
Would be cool. What's up,
How much life do those guys have left in them?
I think those Share Lunkers, they must tag them because it says Kevin Winchester of Bollinger reeled in 13.08 pound Share Lunker 650, giving the lake its 15th legacy class. So Share Lunker 650, that must have a tag on it or something, right?
Yeah.
I have to dig into that, figure out.
So I'm curious. I'm a guy, so I'm a saltwater guy for one. For two, I eat a lot of different fish. I'm curious, anybody in the chat, I'd like to know your opinion and your thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 10, how pissed would you be if I ate a 13-pound bass?
I wouldn't be mad.
You wouldn't be mad? You wouldn't be mad about that?
I wouldn't be. I'm not a bass fisherman, so it doesn't bother me. I mean, I understand those ones that are really like, don't ever eat a bass, but you got a license. There's a limit.
We ate those pets out of the pond on LBJ when my dad on Christmas when my dad was like hungry. Don't think I won't eat a 13.
That's crazy. I'd like to see the video and see the comment section.
Yeah. There was a few people chewing us out about that. But I had to do a bass video. I hadn't done one.
I mean, that would probably really be a good video. Like, title it, I ate my 13-pound bass or something.
Right.
And a picture of the skeleton left. That would be awesome.
With the tag still on it, the Sharelunker 650 or whatever the thing. Like, leave it on.
Ooh, man. You might have to change the address.
That would piss some people off, I think.
All the bass fishing clubs in Texas would blackball you. After you.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like the deer or any other animal. You know, if you got legal means to take it and got a tag, license, all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I fall back on. It's like there's people that use different techniques and stuff that I don't think are anything I would do. But if it's legal, it's legal. So I'm not gonna sit there and fight with somebody over something when they're not doing anything illegal.
Right. Yeah, I think the biggest I've ever seen somebody take home fillet was probably 6-pound bass, largemouth. Which would still make people mad, but
yeah.
You know,
I just never have kept bass. I mean, when I was young, teenager, we did, but the last 30 years, I probably have not eaten any bass. You know, white bass, yes, but largemouth, smallmouth, we just throw them back.
Later, Henry.
Kept a 53-inch muskie in 2013, got dozens of death threats. We had a serious discussion when we were up in Wisconsin, I guess it was 2 years ago, right after Michigan. I got a 24, 25-inch walleye, and we had to have a serious discussion as to what we were going to do about that. Like, I was out of state, so it was something special. Right. And it was my PB walleye after the Michigan trip. Right. And we were sitting there like, you know, this is a decent, like, not necessarily something that in-state would mount, but this was a decent fish. Do we keep it? Do we throw it back? And I was just like, you know, if you're going to throw it back, throw it back. Don't keep it because of me.
Yeah. That's cool.
But still, you know, it had to have a discussion about that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, you know, if you took the time to go fishing for one and did maybe you got lucky catching the big one, you know, but for some reason you caught that fish.
Yeah.
You want to eat it, you caught it, might as well eat it.
True.
Yeah, I agree. Sure.
You know, my thought on it, I went through that whole mental thing with the redfish that I got a couple weeks ago, and I let it go. And I made that decision almost instantaneously because it'd been a while since I caught one that big, but I know how to get into them. I know I can get another one. And I wanted to let that one go because I can go the rest of the year and it doesn't matter. I can catch a 56-inch redfish and I get to keep that thing because I let that other guy go. And anybody, specifically in my head, I'm sitting there thinking, you know what, I let this guy go. Nobody can, I played my card. You can't chew me out. I've got my tag. I only tag once every couple of years.
Yeah.
I've now given myself free reign to do it by letting the first one go.
I've tagged one. That trip, we probably caught 20 bull reds on that fishing trip.
When you get them, you get them.
Tagged one, and everything else got released, of course.
Yeah. Man got to eat. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Would a huge bass taste different? I don't know.
That's a YouTube video.
I don't know if it would taste different or not. I mean, a lot of fish, as they get bigger, people say they taste worse. A lot of times people start rumors about that just so that people don't keep bigger ones. Right. So, because I know I've eaten some big catfish back in the day, and they all seem to taste just as good as a smaller catfish. But you get out, they get more than 10 pounds. They're no good, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know. I mean, if it was an old decrepit fish that is swimming on its side and got growth on its side, maybe it won't taste that good. But I don't know. I don't think it tastes all that bad.
See, my thing is the bigger the
tastes awful.
I think a big fish, regardless, you know, a big crappie, like a 2-pound crappie, it's tough to me. Even filleting it, it's tough. You know, I think a big bass, same way. It's just
I've never filleted a 2-pound crappie. Damn. I feel
Yeah,
like
no
the meat's
kidding.
adequate.
You know, I will say, bigger redfish. They're not. There's nothing wrong with them, but they are not as good as slots. And furthermore, I will go even farther to say, a big Jack Crevalle is absolutely disgusting. Whereas the smaller ones, you know, that's fine.
And you're the only person I've ever heard say that Jack Crevalle are okay to eat. Everybody else.
No. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. I despise Jack Crevalle. It is high on my list of fish that I hate. But if I'm doing a survival camp out at the beach and I catch, if I'm doing a survival camp out at the beach and I catch a 36-inch jackfish that's full of worms and an 18-inch jackfish, I'm gonna eat that 18.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not even a decision.
1 to 3 pounder tastes good, huh?
I'll say if it's cooked in the same seasoning, same breading, same oil, it's going to taste a lot the same. To me, it's just
a lot to do with how you prepare it.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
That's true. Snakehead. I've never caught a snakehead yet, so
yeah,
caught a grunnel up in Michigan, but not a snakehead. They're pretty close.
I'm outdoors fishing dream. I'm curious. I'm going to need your opinion on how snakehead lips taste. That is an allusion to a little later in the stream here.
Okay. Shoreline seasoning.
I think the only thing we have around here that's similar is a bowfin, or I call them a grunnel.
Grunnel, yeah.
Hadn't not caught either.
Back. I haven't tried one yet.
I'll say I always throw them back. So, you know, if I catch one, should I try to eat it?
I think
yes.
Or
do this. Anytime anybody, this extends to everybody on panel, anybody in the chat. If you catch something gross at all, make a video about catching this, and then say in the video, at the end of the video, be like, "Hey, we're gonna do a catch and cook, but this is too gross for me, so I'm mailing it to Stanley Orchard. Mail it to me. Instant collaboration. I will eat that fish.
Mail it to them without ice."
I mean, if it's gross, it's gross. What is ice?
So it takes like 5 days to get there.
Now you got me wondering if there's a video out there how to clean a bowfin, how to clean the grinnell. I mean, they've got like an armor plate similar to gar.
I don't know. I'm sure there is.
What's up, Unhexable? And also, Ben, we go fishing. How you doing here, man?
That one, I don't know. Unhexable. Madder than a cut snake.
So, I'm gonna weigh in on this one and say I did a podcast about this when we were in Colorado. I've got the whole story on the podcast. Check out the Tackle Box Talk podcast on any platform if you want the whole story on this. My dad caught a rattlesnake one time and cut the head off. Those things live for 8-10 hours after you cut the head off. So, and they're just pissed off the whole time. I'm guessing that's what the reference is.
That's where it comes from. Yeah. Yeah, I heard they can still bite you. You know, you got the head cut off.
Yeah, they can. Also, a part of that podcast. Check it out. That's the whole story. My dad got bit by a headless rattlesnake. That's the name of the episode.
I'd like to catch and eat a sturgeon this summer. Well, good luck.
Yes, that's on my bucket list.
I know they're very controlled in a lot of places. So
probably need 10 snips. Yeah, probably so. Freaking hacksaw or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them use 10 snips on gar before. Gar, they'll just cut down the back, open up the skin, and then it's like a loin right there. And that's what they take out of gar. So they don't have to do all that. Yeah.
I was just going to ask about that. Gars, hadn't caught one in a while, not since I've done a channel, so I'm wanting to add that one to the list.
And I've never eaten gar either.
Now, I've heard back in the early 1900s, I guess, mid 1900s, they would catch gar and it'd be like a real good meat to smoke and put in a jar. like jar of meat. Put it
All
up.
I ever see people do is gar balls. You know, where you mix it with a bunch of spices and stuff and make the balls and fry them. So I don't know. Gar patties.
I'm adding that one to the list. Got to try something. I got to try gar. It's been a long time.
So Rainy River, you can keep one per season. Hey, there you go. Catch and cook. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think I've ever seen anybody eat sturgeon.
You should catch one and send some to me. Sturgeon is high on my bucket. That's really high on my bucket list. And
But
unfortunately,
being on the bucket list doesn't that mean you have to catch it yourself?
no, it doesn't. I want to eat everything once. What's super high on my bucket list, and I understand exactly what I'm saying with this, but so great white is really high up on the old bucket list, and so is Jewfish, Goliath grouper.
Well, go to Florida and
Yeah.
find somebody who got one of the permits for one of the Goliath.
I got to go to
groupers.
Tahiti or someplace where they don't have the same limits, and somebody will feed it to me on an island somewhere.
Tug attack is driving.
When do you think his slides will be up? He's fishing right now and it's got bad service.
Oh, I hear you.
I read that as I'm driving. Fishing right now.
It'll also be available in the replay, just so you know.
Sure. Wants to be
Orca
here. in case
whale.
Where are we at on that time?
I got bottlenose higher on the old bucket list than orcas because my wife loves orcas, but bottlenose, those guys are jerks.
Oh, there you go. Like to try orca, huh? Okay. I mean, shark. I've had shark, so I guess that's not a big deal. Nothing weird though. Going to be down at the coast, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after surface.
Yep.
Hopefully, we don't have that blob come through, and we have some clear beach to fish, and hopefully whiting, pompano maybe,
Reds.
redfish.
There's reds in the surf right now.
Okay, I'm down for that. Small
And
sharks.
sharks.
Yeah, I'm down for that too.
Cool.
I like that he's claiming that we're talking about great white shark, orca, and he's like, my stomach. That's pretty hardcore when your friend is like, oh, that's just orca. My stomach can't handle that.
That's too exotic. Oh, Cody Moore.
What's up,
Cheers,
Cody?
Cody.
Hey, Cody, appreciate you, sir.
I like crawfish. It's been a while since I've had it.
Yeah, me too.
Same here.
Crawfish. They're all doing crawfish boils around here now. Even
It's that time.
HEB, the grocery store, has a couple of their stores that on weekends they'll do crawfish boils. You can go get some.
Ours in town does that. They just opened up the little thing, and they did it once, and it didn't look like it was a very successful endeavor. I keep trying to run into their fish market guy. You guys watch. You can laugh about this if you see me do this. I want to sell that guy on you're gonna do a crawfish boil. I do a fishing channel on YouTube. Let me help promote this event for you. So if I do a stupid live stream about a crawfish boil at HEB, that's what's going on. I'm just trying to talk my way into some free crawfish. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Living in Minnesota outdoors, do it. We got to do. That's where I caught my blue marlin. Was a fishing trip out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Man. Jamaica's awesome, and the fishing was friggin' awesome. So what river is getting stocked in Michigan? That was the Huron River. Not only are they getting stocked with thousands of trout, large trout, they said, but then the next story says there's a consumption ban on the Huron River. And I tried to look at a map and figure out where's, because they probably got to be two different locations, but it all looked like it's the same area, southeast Michigan. If you got more info for us, let us know. Crawfish later this year. Crawfishing, oh, that'd be cool.
I want to do that. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Rachel and Savvy don't like them. That's what held me back.
Living in Minnesota, I do not remember the name, but just send me something, comment on my YouTube somewhere, and I'll remember to get it for you because they were good. We got 2 blue marlin on that trip. It was like a 5-hour trip. So
Did you mention it in the video? Do you know?
yeah. If you go, hey, there you go. Good idea, Stanley. Go check my channel. There's a video on fishing in Jamaica, and I got the charter listed in the description down below with contact information.
Oh, we go fishing. Have you done a video on that one too? What are the lakes? I didn't hear about that.
Several lakes in Texas. Yeah, that's new too. It wasn't in that last Texas Parks and Wildlife thing we just got. I know around here the only one we had was Canyon Lake, and it was for striper because of mercury.
Wow, really?
What other ones there are? Gotta be
Cody Moore is saying hadn't heard anything about them stocking the Huron River or about the consumption ban on the river. A good friend of his is the head of the DNR there.
Yeah, we get a newsletter from the DNR. It's about every couple of weeks. Frank, you get one too.
Yeah, I didn't read that one, this last one, but
I think
did
I got it probably last week or the week before, and that was right there in their newsletter.
April 10th. I got one yesterday.
Let me see. I can tell you what date it was sent.
Oh, that's
It was sent on April 7th. I got it. No, that's the Texas Parks and Wildlife. Sunday, yeah. Day before yesterday, I got it.
Live in Minnesota. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. I got it right here. And John, would you mind in just a moment here pulling up that same slideshow that we had just a moment ago?
The second one?
Yeah.
With 2 slides on it?
Yeah, it's the one that's got all the that's
That
the one right there. I have to pull this up because Rich went and did a run out on the jetty. He's been out there like every single day. Every single day, he sends me a photo to rub it in that I'm not down there. I promised him and I promised everybody out here. So these guys are like really getting in some good fish. And I had to pull these up. These are like some awesome catches. That sheepshead on the right, that thing was an absolute hog. I want to say that thing was like a 24, 25 incher.
Wow.
Nice 25-inch red by a friend of Rich's right there in the middle. And then, of course, just a couple of like really good sheepshead across the board on the left there. Had to pull them up. I promised that I would.
Yeah, the consumption ban, Cody, is due to high levels of PFAS in the fish. And it's from where the Huron River crosses the Wixom Road and then downstream to where it crosses I-275 in Wayne County. That's the location of it. Those are some nice fish. Golly.
Yeah, it's been a good week out there. And I don't know how much longer we got on that. But that was a good one. Live in Minnesota, I'm putting the link right now for his Jamaica video.
Awesome. Thank you.
Trying to see when crawfish season is here.
Is there a season on those in Texas?
It's more of a because they're getting harvested thing. You know what I mean? And so spring. It's time right now. You can buy bags of them at HEB.
My sentiments exactly. Let's go some crawfish. I heard the excitement.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, you want to take that one down?
Yeah, we're good on that. I had to bring that up. He's been bugging me about it all week. He's been just making my life miserable, showing me all the good fishing that everybody's doing.
Oh man, that Garth Farmer allergic to everything that lives in the water. Ouch.
What's up, Garth Farmer?
That would be tough to be allergic to all the stuff you would like to eat. That's like some people have shellfish allergies. They'll eat fish, but not shellfish. I love shellfish. That would be brutal not to, especially if it's one of those allergies you develop. So you've eaten it and you're like, oh, I really like this. And then like a year or two later, you have a reaction, you can't eat it no more. That would be brutal.
especially something that is so wonderful and tasty as anything like in the water.
Yeah.
Now, I will say Golf Farmer, so I had the pleasure of running into this channel earlier this week. For anybody who's interested, they do rabbits and urban farming, not urban farming, but you can explain what you do in there, raises cows and rabbits and stuff. Cool little channel I just discovered myself. So something worth checking out if you're into that.
They're still ice fishing at 78 degrees. Dang. Ain't gonna be ice fishing that much longer.
I don't even understand how that's possible. We can't do ice fishing at like 50 degrees.
30 degrees, you don't have enough ice to fish.
Yeah, right. Hey, Sunfish for Fish.
Sunfish, how you doing? You want to kick off your photos
Oh, shoot. It is that time. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wasn't even paying attention. It's just flying.
What's that one?
Got to have the weekly meme.
Oh, does he said you were supposed to be sick? Questions of the week. That's right.
We got a couple of questions here real quick. First, Lion Tamer. Any tips for trout stock lakes with lots of weeds? Just started fishing. Has a 6.6 spinning reel, 10-pound test. Issues with casting far, getting hung up and stuff like that. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
First, if you want to cast farther, get a longer rod, typically. Something over 7 foot. When you say weeds, are they just weeds that you're snagging on the bottom, or are they weeds that are up in the top of the water? Because top of the water, it's just hard. But if there's something down on the bottom, use a float. Use a float.
Yeah,
use a a real small treble hook and some dough baits that they make for trout. I forgot the brand name, but they're out there. Corn too. If they're being stocked, then corn, throw that on a hook too. Trout eat that too. That's my experience with them.
They also make weedless lures. You can worth trying. They're what they are is the hook has a little metal wire that'll stick out to the point of the hook to kind of like brush weeds off. Or you can also bury the hook if it's a soft plastic. Grant's like the guy who knows more about this than anyone, but you can bury the hook into a soft plastic in such a way that it's it doesn't hook into the weeds, makes it a little bit more of a weedless setup.
Yeah. Live in Minnesota says 4 to 6 pounds for trout. That's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say lighter line, either split shot or get something to give you some weight, or a weighted bobber.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're using a bobber, you usually put a little small split shot underneath it anyways and get it to stand up right.
Yeah. Next up, we got panelists. Hey, guys, and I got a picture accompanying this in just a second. I'm a newbie, been trying to catch a fish in several attempts without any luck. It's always something wrong, brought in terms of setup. The lure is usually too big. Fish doesn't bite the lures at all. In the Philippines, let's see.
Fish tend
I booked a trip to a place, and they got the picture of the lake here. Curious what anybody's thoughts here as to fishing, like if you have a spot like this with these kinds of conditions.
Oh shit! What happened? Did I change that or did you?
No, that wasn't me, but there you
go. Target fish is largemouth bass. Oh, okay. Fish red area conditions.
If you're going too big, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a couple of lures that are, that you're going to need to try out. You're going to need to switch them out, play with different things. Water conditions like clarity,
time of day,
direction, season. That all really plays into this heavily.
Yeah. Bass, there's so many options. You top water if you dusk or dawn, frogs, spoons, rattle. I mean, there's so many options for bass.
Yep.
3 rods, 2 spinning, 1 bass.
Kayak, spinner baits.
Yeah.
of course, that it never hurts to try with just live bait. If you can get yourself a live bait around the areas that you're looking at, you want to keep them kicking. They need to be bouncing all over the place. It needs to be a lively bait, but that'll also draw them in.
Yeah.
And then go from there. See what works, and try your artificials based on what worked.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
That's what I would do, honestly, is I would try some live baits, see what works with the live baits, and then if I'm going to go artificial, I'm going to go based on that.
Yeah. The
small and then work your way up. Wild Japan, that's good advice.
The bass purists will not like you for using live baits either.
And you're watching this after the fact. There's a lot of people saying stuff in the chat over here to give you some advice on that as well.
Definitely.
The Goth Farmer, what state are you in? Or what country? I like it.
Yeah. Next up,
Good point.
Pepe Fische says, hey, everyone, the other day I accidentally killed a bluegill because I gut hooked it. My pliers couldn't get the hook with the barb out. Does anyone have tips for getting the hooks out, especially with a barb, of a smaller fish's mouth? I feel like shit, and I don't want to have it weigh on me when I fish. I had to bring this up because I just think that's, his mind is in the right spot. I really appreciate that somebody has like a concern for even, for just, fishing in that kind of way. So I wanted to bring this up for everybody to kind of take a look at. My thought is first and foremost, and I know this is probably not what you want to be doing with bluegills, but obviously it needs to be said, circle hooks are wonderful for this. They're good about not gut hooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some needle nose pliers or some hemostats, something.
Yeah. And
Hemostats.
sometimes you're just not going to be able to save them.
Yeah. When that happens, put the fish to good use. Even if it's tiny, eat it. I'm a big, I will collect them for cat food at the very least. My animals are going, the pets in the house and everything are going to benefit off of the fishing that we do as well.
Good points. Good points.
Nothing goes to waste. We try to reduce waste as much as possible. It's tough with bluegill. Set the hook sooner is the best way to avoid a good call on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, keep them from swallowing the hook.
Yeah. Even if you have to upsize your hook a little bit, make it harder for them to swallow the whole hook.
True.
Then
Yeah, good call on that. Upsize
you
the
get
hook.
more missed bites, but still.
Hope that helps you guys. Now it is that time, and we're going to have to do like a lightning round on this. We got our photos of the week. We're going to be pushing through on this. This is presented by the Premier Fishing and Hunting Discord server. All the links in the description down below for anybody who is curious about that. We have a great time in there. Outdoors Fishing Dream. Kudos on this one. I thought that was funny. Buddy ripped off the lips of a snakehead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
About ripping lips, That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
We were ripping lips. He literally was ripping lips.
That needs to be a t-shirt. Take that photo and make a t-shirt out of it.
Right?
Next up, we have all our outdoors crew over here. We got Gatito with the fishing spot that he's been at. Keep an eye on that because we're going to be talking about that a little bit more in just a moment. Wild Japan, obviously getting it outdoors and getting some beautiful shots. Dark Soldier made a run out there and tried his best. Did not get into anything, but got some gorgeous shots along the way. Sweet Bean and Pickle Outdoors and Uni, of course, also got some good shots in.
Nice. Very nice.
Beautiful, just tons of photos in the servers this week. We got a ton of stuff, so I'm going to push on through. Now I'm experimenting with something here, and I'm curious. Oh, it didn't do it. G Llama, my apologies, man. I tried. This is going to look so bad for the rest of the thing. I'll keep working on this. G Llama got himself a nice little shark and a ray. I had videos on here, but the videos aren't playing. That's a bummer. I'll keep working on that.
Those are cool.
Yeah, man, it was a cool little. That shark came back, tried to bite him, and then swam off. It was a pretty cool little video too. That's the video that got me into wanting to try this. But good little catch. And the ray got was awesome. Then we got the Muffin Man, DAW, Uni, Wild Japan, and Gatito with all kinds of good catches across the board this week.
Muffin Man.
Everybody's out there
Great
doing
name.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of fish caught.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Also, by the way, Wild Japan is now back in Japan.
All right.
That was his return. And getting out there immediately. So this is Rush Hour Fishing YouTube, and bread.dll also had some really cool videos that I wanted to try to post. I'm not able to get them to play here. They're in the Discord server. You can check them out. But Rush Hour got himself a really nice little snook out of the whole deal.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, the video was really cool. It's a bummer I didn't get that on here. I'll keep practicing and learning. My apologies, gentlemen. We go fishing. There you are. Now,
Did the crowd?
so Ben is doing something here. I don't know if you caught on to this or not. He's trying to get every one of his family members onto the Wall of Fame. So obviously Karen got herself an awesome little drum.
Yep.
Crabs, I mean, that's like one of the most delicious meals ever right there.
Looks really good.
His son, that was the first, that flounder was the first time he had actually like baited the hook, cast it out, got it all entirely on his own.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the story behind that catch right there speaks volumes.
Yeah, that's cool. Outdoor Fishing Dream, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yep.
This is Pug Attack. I couldn't even fit Pug Attack's name on here. This is the 20 species that we were talking about.
I've caught 1, 2.
Yeah, I challenge anybody. If you're watching this after it's no longer live, anybody in the chat right now, anybody, I absolutely challenge you to pause the video right now and try to name every single species here.
I can't name them all. I've caught 4 of those.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 that I can't name.
That top one with the yellow and black, it's a
grunt.
pork fish. It's a pork fish. Yeah,
there
it's
you
in the
go.
grunt family. Yes, it is.
Yep. That one with the yellow tail at the bottom, kind of in the right, not the grunt, the French grunt, but the one next to the French grunt.
Right.
I don't know what kind of jack that is, but also that one with the yellow tail. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know.
So have fun with that, naming all that. I know you got a cichlid or something like that in the top left, and then a wrasse next to him.
Yeah. Yep. In the middle.
It's like a bass to the right of that.
Yeah, that's a bass up top.
Oh yeah, freshwater salt just across the board.
Yeah.
And then this wasn't enough. I just posted like all these insane species, then had to go and drop this bomb.
Oh man.
That was their catch of the week.
Nice.
Tarpon. That is freaking awesome.
Wicked
That's a
tarpon.
catch right there.
Multiple days of fishing, of course.
Yeah, that's a catch right.
Yeah, that is something to be proud of. I don't have that under my belt. Just
Me either.
FYI on that.
Me either.
Heck of a catch there. So that brings us to, and I know we're on borrowed time here, so we're going to do this quick. This is our 2023 Photographer of the Week Wall of Fame. Of course, we added Karen from We Go Fishing last week, thanks to a really nice looking little redfish.
Mm-hmm.
This week, who are we going to be adding to the Wall of Fame? We have Rush Hour Fishing with that nice snook. We have Ben Sun with We Go Fishing with that nice little flounder, and Pug Attack with that insane tarpon.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
I like all 3 of those.
I agree.
I like all 3 of
This is a tough week. It's unfortunate that not everybody gets the chance to go up there. I'm the same way. I'm going. Yeah, I got to go see on this one. Pug Attack.
Yeah.
That tarpon is just something else.
Yeah, that's one of those bucket list type fish right there.
Yeah, it is. Catch it, like getting into a tarpon is one thing, but landing it is something else.
Right. You'll see it's getting a lot of votes. We got a B in there. A lot of C's so far.
It's
We'll get
5-1. Pug Attack and We Go Fishing. Just for the record on this, Rush Hour Fishing, that is an awesome snook. The video would have gained you a lot of points on this. Also, just FYI, you're in the chat defending yourself, you're going to have a lot better time, like, winning that award. Oh, yeah. And by the way, while everybody's voting here, just real quick, and I know we're on borrowed time, but while people are casting their final votes on this whole deal, we are looking at everybody who wins our 2023 Wall of Fame that we are doing. July, at the very beginning of July, we are going to be picking a winner for the first half of 2023 in the Discord server. They're going to win a $50 gift certificate. Everybody who wins every week, and this is a hard week. Not every week is going to be hard. Everybody who wins is going to be entered for that gift card. So get out there, go do some fishing, get your fishing pictures into the Discord server, get into the contest, and win some money.
Do it. All right, what we got? Stanley is our winner this week.
It is 3-5. The winner is Pug Attack with a sick tarpon. Nice. Congratulations on that. That is a heck of a catch. Kudos on some amazing fishing.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Ben, I agree. We go fishing. Keep posting the family pics. I'd love to see your whole family on the board.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're going to have to work for it, but I'd love to see it happen.
Yeah, I like seeing all of that.
And kudos to your son also. Big pat on the back.
All right, all you in the we're going over here a little bit. What do you got coming up this next weekend? What you going to do? And while they're posting down there, Grant, what you got? You going to go fishing finally? What are you doing?
I'm going to try to go fishing finally. I'll definitely be putting out a garden video because it's time for a video now. I feel things are in decent shape. Not completely done, but looking good.
Cool. Stanley, what are you doing this coming weekend?
I think I'm editing videos, honestly. I'm going to try to get out there and do some fishing, but I'm probably editing videos. I've got like 8 to edit.
Got to be done. I did forget, if you follow me on Facebook, maybe Instagram, I posted the pictures from that Wagyu brisket that I cooked.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Anyways, this weekend we've got a birthday party we're going to on Saturday, so that'll be most of the day Saturday. And then Sunday, weather dependent, I'll be out there trying to get that starboard trim tab finished up. And then moving on to the next task. There's a whole bunch of them.
Right. I'll say for that price, it better been good.
Oh my God, melting your mouth good. And it was just for me and Audrey, so I got a bunch of leftover. I had brisket tacos, brisket grilled cheese sandwiches. I mean, All right, I shouldn't have said nothing about brisket. Everybody got excited.
Yeah, making me hungry.
Dan's gonna go trout fishing. All right. Well, folks, I think we're coming to the end of the show. It was a good one. Appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with us, sharing the pictures. That's a lot of fun. Grant, Stanley, thanks guys for coming in as you always do. And where are we at next week?
Be my turn.
All right, we're going to be at the very end down there. Mr. Grant's house. Yeah, the guy way down there. So we'll all see you next week. Until then, everybody have a great time. And
enjoy your weekend. Go do something. Touch grass.
Peace out.